Hey everyone, Scott Johnson here with Pitt Homebuyers. I wanted to go ahead and talk to you today about investor fees versus realtor fees. And this is a really important subject, especially if you're looking for options to sell the current home you're in, your investment property, maybe if you're in pre-foreclosure or anything like that. Now, essentially, we buy houses in Pitt County and the surrounding areas, and I figured what better place to do a video than at one of our actual clients' properties. Now, this property I'm actually going to do, it's over on County Home Road. That's in Ayden, North Carolina. So it's right down the road from Greenville. It's literally a straight shot. In fact, we're looking to do an Airbnb out here because, people, it's like so easy, and especially when the kids are coming or graduating, should be a pretty good deal. But anyway, so basically investor fees versus realtor fees. So case study on this one. The names of the owners are Amber and her daughter, or Amber's the daughter and Nancy is the mother. And essentially they ran into an issue where they had to move to Pennsylvania, or back home to Pennsylvania, as it were. And they had inherited this property from their grandparents, or Nancy's mom and dad. In fact, that little hole over there, that is actually where they used to be buried. And I'll get into their parents, and we'll get into that in the other video. But essentially what happened here is that Nancy and Amber said, hey, listen, we got to sell our house fast. So we went ahead, sat down, we negotiated a price with them, and we closed within 35 days. Well, I think this one was 45 days because it took a little longer since we had to figure out everything with the parents and moving them. But they paid $0 in fees. Let me repeat that. Amber and Nancy paid $0 in fees. Okay, why did they do that? Why weren't they charged anything? Well, because when we're buying a house, we pay for the attorney closing costs. We pay for the stamps. We do not charge any commission because we're not realtors, right? So it's kind of a different beast. So now let's look at the realtor side of things. And I'm not saying anything bad about working with a realtor. They're extremely competent people, and if you need a realtor or want to speak to one, we actually have a broker on our team. So get in contact with us, we can talk to you and kind of move forward from there. But realtor fees, well, and it's not so much the fees as other costs that may be accrued if you're selling your house in Pitt County, North Carolina, or in Greenville, North Carolina, Winterville, and so on. So first off, if you need to get the property fixed up and ready to be shown, you're going to have to do some painting inside. You may have to fix some issues that are automatically going to make it to where it needs to be taken off the market. In fact, you cannot list things that are not up to code. So if there's an electrical issue, forget it. Ain't happening, right? Gotta be up to code on that one. On top of that, you are working with commissions. Now, the average commission in this area is going to be 6%. And of course, the two brokers are going to kind of split that if you are not working directly with the seller's representative. On top of that, you're going to have other costs when it comes to closing. You're responsible for your closing costs when it comes to the attorney fees. But you can also negotiate that into the deal to where you don't have to do that or have to pay those and say, hey, listen, the buyer needs to pay them, right? There's a lot of fees and considerations that you need to make when you are working with a realtor. But when you're working with someone who buys homes directly, we pay it all. Now, the only thing you will be responsible for is if there's back taxes and the taxes that are owed up to the day of closing. But you don't have to bring a check to the closing and say, here you go, Mr. Attorney. Now, it actually just gets deducted from the money that you get. Now, this is a little bit longer of a video, guys. I appreciate you stopping by. If you have questions about real estate investor fees versus attorney fees, definitely don't hesitate to reach out. I'm also posting this on Facebook, so you can also reach out and ask questions. We're here to help. Thanks so much and have a great day.